This is my husband, Bill, before his diabetes hit him hard and before his kidney failure. He started getting sores on his feet and having surgeries to get the infections out, and that didn't work, and his foot got worse, and he got Charcot. They could not do the Charcot repair until all the infections were out of the top, the side, and the bottom of his feet. As you can see in these pictures how bad the infection got. The infection got so bad, the stitches started busting out. We had to start marking how red the foot got around the infection so they know how bad it got and make sure it didn't get into his bones. And when they were doing x-rays on his right foot, they noticed he had a broken bone on his second toe, and he didn't even know it. By this time, the infection had cleared up, and they decided to put a fixator on his foot, sort of like a halo around it. And in these pictures, you can see how many rods went through his leg and through his toes. And after surgery, we wanted to try to peek in there and see where the rods were going through his feet and his leg. And then we noticed it was bleeding everywhere. And when they figured out where the bleeding was coming from, we got to go home. And days later, the rods and the pins going through his legs started getting infected. So we had to go to the doctor, and they cleaned all of that yucky gauze off, and they couldn't figure out why it still kept getting infected. And they took an x-ray and found out there was a rod that was going through the middle of his leg that broke, and they don't even know how that happened. So after a while, after the infections we hope was clearing up wasn't, and they finally took the rods out and the pins, and they put them in a cast. They left the cast on for like 3 to 4 weeks, so the swelling hopefully and the infection would go away, which it did. And he was on a round of antibiotics 24/7 for a while. And after a couple of years of fighting infections in his feet with diabetes, he started getting kidney failure. So he's been in the hospital a lot for that. And he had the respirator or the ventilator on him in this picture. I don't know exactly which one it was. But he's been on dialysis for about a year. And we did the peritoneal dialysis at first. And then he got a tear between the abdomen wall and the peritoneal wall, so now we're on hemodialysis, and he has a fistula. And now we've been going up to Chicago almost every Friday of the month because we're going to do the kidney transplant. Hopefully we'll get that soon, and he'll be put on the active list after all these tests. Please keep praying for me and my family. Everything is greatly appreciated. Thank you.